大切な所用が終わりなのですね。それでは、一人で会場へ向かいます。
If you're even remotely familiar with Otome games, chances are you've come across countless stories where the protagonist gets isekai'd into the body of a villainess. It's a genre trope that exploded in popularity, and now the Villainess Is Adored by the Prince of the Neighbor Kingdom, developed by Opera House, joins the ranks. Available on PC and Switch, this game brings the fan-favorite light novel series to life in visual novel form. And like any adaptations, it comes with its own sets of highs and lows. But is this game a hidden gem worth adding to your Otome collection, or will it get lost in the sea of similar love stories? So let's dive in to see if Tiararose's tale is worth experiencing, or if it's just another reincarnated misfire.
Akari 城、私はマリンフォレストの第一王子です。
In The Villainess Is Adored by the Prince of the Neighbor Kingdom, everything begins when our protagonist, Tiararose Lapis Clementile, remembers her past life as an Otome gamer. It just so happens that she's realizing that she just got reincarnated into her favorite game, the Ring of Lapis Lazuli. But instead of being the heroine, she's living as the villainess. The worst part is that the game's final scenes, including her doom, are fast approaching. All signs point to her soon being banished from the country with her fiancé, Prince Heartknights, destined to end up with the heroine. However, things don't go as expected. Amidst the chaos of her judgment scene, Tiararose finds a new love, Aqua Steed, a prince from the nearby country of Marin Forest. This game covers 3 volumes of the story, following how the couple comes together and their challenges afterwards. Unlike many Otome games, this story has a canon couple and the main plot strictly focuses on them, with only small hints of other characters having feelings for the protagonist. Despite this focus, the game offers multiple choices that slightly branch out the story. Every decision revolves around picking 1 or 3 responses to different situations. By choosing the same position, top, middle, or bottom, consistently, players can get different outcomes just before the ending. While the overarching events don't change, this can lead to some variations, like having different characters interfere with the couple at pivotal moments. Exploring all the possibilities unlock extra stories, giving players glimpses of alternate outcomes. For instance, players can see a digested version of Heartknight's kind side in the original Ring of Lapis Lazuli, but these extras are fairly short and not full routes. When it comes to the writing, The Villainess Is Adored by the Prince of the Neighbor Kingdom can be messy. The story starts in a confusing way, rushing through a few key details without properly fleshing them out. And there are inconsistencies with poor transitions between scenes. An example of this would be the discrepancy in how Volume 3 treats scenes as canon that may not even be shown, depending on what the player chooses in Volume 2. Some in-scene transitions can also cause confusion, such as the background change at the resolution of Volume 1, likely meant to showcase Aqua Steed turning on the lights. The game's translation worsens the situation. It's riddled with typos and grammatical errors, making it difficult to read. The issues pile up quickly, with some dialogue even overflowing from the text boxes. Visually, this game doesn't bring anything new to the table, but the character designs are beautiful and the CGs are colorful and detailed. The main couple gets some charming illustrations, and the secondary cast also receives attention with facial expressions well handled in the art. The soundtrack is unremarkable, though not bad, but the Japanese voice acting does a great job of highlighting the characters' personalities. Tiararose's voice, enabled by default, is one of the best parts of the experience, with her portrayal of noble standards mixed with innocent charm. Players who prefer a self-insert can disable her voice if they wish. Unfortunately, the interface is another weak part, especially compared to modern visual novels. In recent years, the genre has risen the bar for quality of life features in Otome games, making it hard to ignore the lack of them here. The log is very basic, displaying previous text on a transparent black screen without options to replay voice lines or revisit previous scenes without loading a save. The skip and auto functions also work, but that's as simple as it gets. There isn't a menu to track affinity with the 3 alignment options, and no option to jump to a specific chapter within a volume. At the end of the day, The Villainess Is Adored by the Prince of the Neighbor Kingdom is a mixed bag. While it boasts gorgeous artwork and some genuinely heartwarming moments between the main couple, the messy writing and dreadful translation make it hard to fully enjoy. It's not a bad game, but it feels like a missed opportunity given its strong source material. For die-hard Otome fans, or those looking for the villainous subgenre, it might still be worth picking up on a sale. However, if you're looking for a well-rounded narrative experience or polished gameplay, there are far better options out there. This one might be best left to those willing to overlook its flaws for the sake of a pretty, albeit bumpy ride through the world of romance. Noisy Pixel is giving The Villainess Is Adored by the Prince of the Neighbor Kingdom a 5.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.